Welcome, thrill seekers, to ShadowShadeSecrets, where the unknown claws at your mind. If you crave chills, smash that like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Get ready for a tale that'll unravel reality. The Lantern of Elias that drank the stars. The 1970s celestial vanishing case. Elias Harper was a recluse. It's a man who de-traded the bustle of 1970s New York for a crumbling cabin in the Adirondack woods. At 42, his life was a quiet hum of solitude until the night he found the lantern. It was tucked beneath a floorboard, its brass frame etched with spiraling constellations, its glass panes shimmering with a faint otherworldly glow. The locals whispered of the 1970s celestial vanishing case, 11 hikers who disappeared after following a strange light into the forest, their camps left eerily intact. Elias, a skeptic by nature, dismissed it as folklorant, till the lantern flickered to life, low and resonant, as if the air itself vibrated. He'd been sketching star charts by candlelight when the lantern's glow intensified, casting shadows that danced like living things. The flame inside wasn't fire, was a swirl of silver and violet, pulsing like a heartbeat. Curiosity overrode caution. He lifted it, and the room tilted. The walls stretched, the ceiling dissolved into a star-strewn void. And a voice his own, but layered with echoes, whispered, "Elias, look up." The constellations on the brass shifted, aligning into a map that pulsed with intent. The next morning he woke on the cabin floor, the lantern cold beside him, its glow gone. But the map lingered in his mind, an itch he couldn't scratch. That night it flared again, and the voice returned, urging him outside. Against his better judgment, he followed, the lantern's light cutting through the dense fog. The forest warp trees twisted into spirals, their bark glistening with dew that shimmered like galaxies. After an hour, he stumbled into a clearing where the air thrummed with energy. A figure stood there, cloaked in shadow, its eyes twin points of starlight. "You found the threshold," it intoned, and the lantern's flame surged, pulling him forward. Days blurred into a haze. Each night the lantern dragged him deeper, its light revealing paths that shouldn't exist. Trivers of liquid starlight, mountains of obsidian glass, skies where moons collided in silence. The figure appeared nightly, teaching him to drink the stars, a ritual where he'd hold the lantern aloft, and its flame would absorb the celestial glow, flooding his mind with visions. He saw the vanished hikers, their faces frozen in awe, their bodies dissolving into light. His reflection in a still pool showed eyes like novas, his skin faintly luminous. The voice promised power, a bridge to the cosmos, but warned, "The price is your anchor." Reality fractured. During the day, his cabin-shifted furniture rearranged itself. Windows reflected alien skies. His journal filled with star charts he didn't remember drawing, each page signed with a symbol that wasn't his. The lantern's hum grew louder, a constant companion, and the figure's lessons intensified. One night, it revealed the truth. The lantern wasn't a toolet, was a predator feeding on human essence to sustain a dying star system. The hikers hadn't vanished. They'd been consumed, their souls fueling the void. Elias tried to smash it, but the brass absorbed the blow, the flame laughing a sound that rattled his bones. Panic set in. He buried the lantern, but it resurfaced each dawn, its glow brighter, his shadow thinned, his voice echoed with the figure's timbre. The forest closed in, trees whispering his name. In desperation, he sought the clearing again, hoping to reverse the ritual. The figure waited, offering a choice: surrender his soul fully or become its guardian, trapped between worlds. He chose the latter, thinking he could outwit it. The lantern's flame engulfed him, and he awoke in the cabin, unchanged, yet the mirror showed a stranger. His eyes starlit, his hands trembling with cosmic energy. Weeks passed, and the cabin became a nexus. Strangers, hikers, wanderers were drawn to it, their eyes glazing as they stared at the lantern. Elias tried to warn them, but his voice was the figure's luring them in. His journal now chronicled their vanishings, each entry a confession. The lantern's hum evolved into a chorus of lost voices, and the forest pulsed with their energy. One night, a hiker recorded Elias on video. His form flickered, a silhouette of stars. The footage cut off as the lantern flared, and the camera showed only static. Now, as Elias writes this, the lantern sits on his table, its flame a galaxy in miniature. Its reflection is a constellation, his thoughts a tangle of human and celestial. The figure looms behind him, whispering, the stars hunger still. He feels his humanity slipping, replaced by an endless void. The lantern's light reaches beyond the cabin, calling to the next soul. If you find it, don't look too long. Its glow might claim you too. Dive into our longer mysteries on the channel to uncover more secrets. Tell me below, would you resist or surrender? That was wild, right? If you're still here, like, subscribe to ShadowShadeSecrets, and ring the bell. See you in the shadows.